Hey guys, in the 12 Rules for Life, Dr. Jordan Peterson helps millions of people impose order on the chaos of their lives. And now he published another book called Beyond Order, 12 More Rules for Life. And this is what we are going to summarize in this video. From the title of the book, you can obviously tell that it contains 12 rules that will help individuals be in more control of their lives. So let's start diving into these rules. Rule number 1. Do not carelessly denigrate social institutions or creative achievements. We are all part of social institutions, and these social institutions have rules that come with them. These rules are not perfect, because they are made by humans, just like us. But Jordan Peterson argues that we must accept and respect these rules, but at the same time be creative enough to find new rules that work better than the old ones. Think about it. As an individual, you use rules all the time. Rules help you be more productive, more successful, but in the same time, they can make you less productive and rigid. It depends on what kind of rules you impose on yourself. So if you want to apply that rule on you individually, think about it like this. Honor and live by the values that you impose on yourself, but in the same time, be open enough to change them if they don't serve you anymore. Rule 2. Imagine where you could be, and aim single-mindedly at that. I think this is one of the most important rules when it comes to success. Regular people find it very hard to focus on something for a very long time. They get bored easily, and they are not disciplined enough to remain in it. Another reason is the frustration that comes with failure. The regular guy gets frustrated easily when he fails at his first attempt. Aiming single-mindedly at something means doing only the thing that you want to become most of your time, and throwing away all your secondary goals and all other distractions. You gotta accept the fact that you can't become everything in life. If you want to become everything, you'll end up being nothing. Rule number 3. Do not hide unwanted things in the fog. Potential growth usually lies in the stuff that you hide about yourself. If you want to hide something, that usually means this thing is painful to you. It threatens your ego. Instead, what you should do is the following. Accept the stuff that you try to hide from yourself. Accept the pain that comes with them, and you'll be free from them. And if you don't, the pain will not go away. It will rise again and again in the future, whenever a similar situation to the painful one happens to you. Rule 4. Notice that opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated. What is responsibility? Responsibility is simply taking control over a specific part of your life. Action only comes when you take responsibility. An irresponsible guy is avoidant. He doesn't want to think and face his problems. So even if there's an opportunity out there, he can't see it because he's avoidant. The moment you become fully responsible, you'll see opportunities everywhere. Rule 5. Do not do things that you hate. The more you hate doing something, the less energized you'll be. The less energized you are, the more likely you're going to fail. So it is better to spend your time doing something that you love, because you'll be more energized and motivated. And if you're forced to do something that you hate, and you can't do anything to change it, it's then better to change yourself and learn to love it instead of judging it. Rule 6. Abandon ideology. Life is complex. There are thousands of variables interacting with each other all the time. As humans, this complexity overwhelms us because it is unpredictable and counterintuitive. So what we do in reaction to this complexity, we rely on ideologies. Ideology simply means building your understanding of life based on one idea or certain sets of ideas. The problem with ideology is that it can make us blind to other points of view. And the less we are open to other points of view, the less likely we're going to solve our life problems, because problem solving requires open-mindedness. Rule 7. Work as hard as you possibly can on at least one thing and see what happens. Humans love short-term gratification. We do our best when we see a reward that could be obtained so easily and now. This is our nature. But unfortunately in life, most stuff that are worth pursuing require you to work for a very long time without getting any rewards now. We humans hate this. We tend to work on something, then when we don't get any results, we stop. and then go to do something else, and nothing happens too, and then we go to do another thing, and on and on. What Dr. Peterson suggests is that you must focus only on one thing for a long time, commit to learn everything about it, be patient, and see what happens. You'll be surprised. Rule 8. Try to make one room in your house as beautiful as possible. Your room to you is like a kingdom to a king who takes care of his kingdom, who improves the quality of life, builds beautiful stuff, and makes sure that everything is under control is a good king. The same applies to you and your room. Your room reflects your level of responsibility. The more you take care of it and make it better, the more you can make all other areas of your life better too. But if you can't change your room, how are you expecting yourself to change the world? Rule 9. If old memories still upset you, write them down carefully and completely. This is a very practical advice, and it works. I tried it myself, and I really felt better after doing it. The reason is because we humans tend to repress the thoughts and emotions that causes us pain. But when we do this, these emotions don't go away. They stay inside us, and they keep bothering us whenever a situation comes up in our life that reminds us of them. When you write the old memories that are upsetting you, you're kind of bringing these unwanted emotions to the surface, and you express them through writing. And when you do this, you become free of them. Rule 10. Plan and work diligently to maintain the romance in your relationship. We tend to think that relationships are not planned. They are spontaneous and should be remained that way. But that's not true. Building long-term relationships requires planning, because we humans are different. We have the same basic needs, but we express them and we interpret them in a very different way. This difference creates relationship problems, and the only way to deal with these kinds of problems is to be prepared for them. Romance can be unpredictable and spontaneous in the beginning of the relationship, but in the long run, it requires a proactive and planned effort to be maintained. Rule 11. Do not allow yourself to become resentful, deceitful, or arrogant. Life is not personal. Bad things will happen to us, and we have 3 choices to deal with them. The first is to say, "Why me?" I think there is nothing wrong with that question except the fact that it will not serve you. Life is happening the way it happens, and there's nothing you can do about it. In fact, you have only one choice, which is to accept it and be responsible for it. The second way is to say, "It is not my fault. This guy is responsible for that problem." You blame other people for your mistakes. The third choice, which is the perfect one, is to say, "Okay, bad stuff happens to everyone. It could be not my fault, but it is definitely my responsibility." And then you take 100% responsibility for your problems. Rule 12. Be grateful in spite of your suffering. Suffering is inevitable in life. Everyone is meant to suffer. The rich, the poor, the successful, the failure, the old, the young, absolutely everybody. Bad stuff will happen anyway, but no matter how bad your circumstances are, it could be worse. There are always something to be grateful for in life. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.